Unacademy. Let's crack it.
Hello everyone, welcome to Unacademy. My name is Divyanshu Chaudhary and I have secured All India Rank 30 in Civil Services Examination 2020. In this video, I will be talking about a very important thing for Civil Services Examination aspirants, which basically revolves around time management and staying motivated for UPSC Civil Services Examination. As it is rightly said, Civil Services Examination is not a sprint but a marathon, so it is very important that you manage time every day and you stay motivated for this exam as long as you achieve your desired goal. Firstly, I would like to begin with few professional and educational qualifications of mine. So, as I have already mentioned, I secured All India Rank 30 in Civil Services Examination 2020. This was my second attempt at Civil Services Examination. Also, I have done my BTech in Electrical and Electronics from BITS Pilani, from where I graduated in the year 2015. So, from 2011 to 2015, I was in BITS Pilani for my graduation. After that, straight away, I went to do my MBA from IIM Calcutta, finished that off in 2017, and then subsequently, I took up a job at HSBC Bank Mumbai, where I worked for a year till the mid of 2018, and then I quit the job to pursue my civil services dream. And I came to Delhi for preparing for civil services full-fledgedly. Also, in this preparation, my optional for this examination was mathematics, as mathematics is considered to be a highly technical and scoring optional. That's why I had opted for it, apart from the reason that I was very much interested in mathematics right from my childhood days. Also, my hobbies till date include writing Hindi stories, as I have been a story writer and some of my stories have been published in college magazines as well. Also, I have an interest in the Indian mythology, particularly in the epics like the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. And at the same time, I also like reading biographies and autobiographies of famous personalities who inspire and motivate me to do well in life. Here, I would like to take the opportunity to explain to all the aspirants that I am offering a free live class series, or the so-called special class series, on the Unacademy platform, where I will be discussing various topics like the strategies for cracking prelims, mains and interview. For example, in the prelims, I will be sharing some tips and tricks to crack this examination by using methods like elimination technique, and at the same time how to arrive to answers with bare minimum knowledge about the questions. Also, for mains, I would be discussing in detail the answer writing part in GS, and at the same time I would also be discussing the strategy for maths optional, which basically would revolve around how to score the maximum marks in maths and then be able to get your service and rank of desired nature. Similarly, in the interview part, I will be talking about the basic things that are needed to get the interview right and get a top score. Also, I will be discussing in detail about stress and time management and emotional intelligence development during this preparation, which are very important to sustain in the long run, because as I have already mentioned, civil services examination is not a sprint but a marathon. So I would like all of you to use the code DC30 for registering into these special classes, and would urge you to take the maximum benefit out of my experience in civil services examination. Here, I would also like to take the opportunity to applaud Unacademy for its work. As you can clearly see, Unacademy now hosts the best GS educators in the country. And some of the prime examples are Mrunal sir, Sudarshan sir, Prateek sir and Siddharth sir, who have been teaching UPSC aspirants since a long time and are very experienced in this field. Some of the pros of Unacademy that I would like to talk about are, firstly, the interactive live classes. The live classes that are offered by these educators to the students are very much interactive in nature, where the students can raise a hand and ask their doubt to get their query solved effectively in a very small amount of time. This will basically enable them to get maximum satisfaction levels from these educators, and at the same time develop a holistic and in-depth understanding of the subject that is being taught by these educators to the students. The third and the final pro of Unacademy platform is that it can be accessed from any time and anywhere in the country. Even if you are in a remote location, you can definitely access Unacademy based on your convenience and ease of flexibility. So it does not depend that you have to be at a particular time at a particular place, but based on your convenience, you can log into the platform and you will find these educators taking the classes based on which you can learn from their experience. So now let us delve deeper into the topic of time management and staying motivated for civil services examination preparation. Here I would like to tell you that the strategy that I will be sharing for you is not a wholesome strategy, but again, it kept me motivated, and also I was able to manage my time well between my optional and GS in particular, because maths optional demands a lot of time as compared to the GS papers. And hence, I would like to say that if you can follow my strategy, I think you will be able to do very well in this examination. So let us first have an overview of the topics that I'm going to discuss today. The first topic is effective time management. Time management again is a very important thing in this examination. It is rightly said because if you are a UPSC aspirant, particularly like me who was not working, then the entire 24 hours of a day are available to you. So it can, apart from the fact that you have at max time at your hand, it can also bring some laxity, and you may try to relax thinking that I have a lot of time in my hand, I can study later. Similarly, for working aspirants, time management is a major constraint because they are working in a job and then they are trying to take out time for studies. So for both the kinds of aspirants, one who are unemployed and the others who are employed, time management is a very important factor to count for in the civil services examination preparation. And the second most important point is that how do you stay motivated for civil services examination? This is very particular for the people who have faced or who face some personal tragedy during this preparation, or at the same time for people like me who reached till the interview stage in the very first attempt, but since they were unable to qualify, then I was very heartbroken and I decided to study as much as I can, and finally I bounced back in my second attempt. So it is very important that despite of the failures and the ups and downs that come in this preparation, it is very important to stay motivated in this entire process, because ultimately your intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, which I'm going to explain later, will definitely help you clear this examination in a better way in the long run. So let us first talk about the time management aspect. Firstly, I would like to start off with a very important point which most of the aspirants miss. This is that you have to make targets before sleeping or after waking up early on the next day. This is very important because if you make targets before sleeping or waking up early, then you will have a proper structure in place as to what all things you have to cover in a particular day. So, target making is absolutely essential, because if you do not make any targets, then your structure or your preparation can go haywire and there will be no coherence when you talk about this preparation. Also, it is very important that the targets should not be overstretched, and you should start off with smaller targets when you begin the preparation, and once you are into the preparation and you are giving sufficient number of time or hours to this preparation, then only you should start progressing your targets up to the better notch levels. So it is important to make the targets. That is the first important thing. Secondly, the important thing is that try to have a study time of 6 to 7 hours daily. This I am speaking from a very personal experience, that I do not believe that studying for 10 to 12 hours a day will effectively be essential, because it is important to study only for 6 to 7 hours, but remember or memorize those things that you have studied in an effective way to reproduce them in the examination. Yes, it is very important to study for longer hours during the initial phase of your preparation, where you have basically started off with the preparation from the basic books like NCRTs, Lakshmikant, Spectrum, etc. And also your optional is going on simultaneously along with that. But once you are done with those static books and one go of your optional, then I believe 6 to 7 hours daily is a very optimum time that you can opt for in terms of having a study time. And these 6 to 7 hours also should not be at a continuous stretch. In fact, you should take a break of maybe 10 to 15 minutes after every hour, so as to maximize your study time, and at the same time have breaks in between will rejuvenate your interest in the studies also. So please do not study for more than 6 to 7 hours, and also these 6 to 7 hours should be divided in a very effective way where they are not at a stretch, because human mind cannot concentrate for more than 1 or 1.5 hours at one go. So it is important to have the breaks in between, and also these breaks, apart from the study schedule, should also be in terms of days, where you take 1 day off a week or maybe a half a day off a week where you do not study anything, because they are very important to rejuvenate your interest again when you get back to the studies the next day. So try to have a schedule like this, and I think once you have covered significantly your syllabus in terms of the static portion and the optional syllabus, you will be able to do very well in the 6 to 7 hours time span itself. Now let us talk about a very important thing, where how do you divide time between optional and GS? It particularly depends on two things. One, your interest in the optional, and second, how much time the optional normally requires to take and for how long you are studying this optional. For example, in my case, the optional was mathematics, which basically requires 8 to 9 months of proper study for completing it in one go. In these 8 to 9 months, you can basically cover the coaching material along with the books and also the test series that is recommended for mathematics. So it is very important to divide the time between optional and GS wisely. Since I had a very technical and scientific optional, that's why I had to give it more hours, because practice is paramount in maths, which basically takes time. So my time division was 60 to 40 for the same. But if I have to talk about a humanities optional, because the syllabus is less, it can be covered in maybe 4 to 5 months, then I believe that even a time division of 50-50 should work for you. But ultimately, it overall depends on your personal interest in the optional, and at the same time, how much are you willing to study that optional in a particular day, which will decide on the time division between optional and GS. Now let's talk about one very important thing, that you do not have to study too much in a day and then relax for 3 to 4 days. This is very important because sometimes aspirants get motivated a lot by listening to motivational songs or googling those quotes, and then they become full of energy and they study for 15 to 16 hours in a day, and after that they just crash. They do not have the energy left to study for even an hour or two for the next day. So it is important that you don't study too much in one day, and the 6 to 7 hours schedule that I have already talked about, that has to be followed consistently every day, which will determine your consistency, your dedication and motivation for clearing this examination. Now let's talk about how do we stay motivated in this examination. I believe that staying motivated is very important for civil services preparation, because It's a long run and you need to be at the top of your game for at least more than half of the time so as to get a good rank. Motivation, I believe, is of two types. One is intrinsic motivation and one is extrinsic motivation. So, firstly, let us talk about the intrinsic motivation. I think if I have to compare these two, intrinsic motivation is the thing which will help you clear this examination, because this is the burning desire or the drive that your heart follows and your mind also follows so as to sit for longer hours and then study effectively. So, the first intrinsic motivation that should arise for you is, why do you wish to be in the civil services? You need to have an absolutely clear answer for that, because if you do not have a particular answer of why do you want to get into services, you will not be motivated enough. And whenever you get tired, if you have that picture in your mind which basically propels you to study even further, because that picture is a significance of why do you want to be in the civil services, then only your intrinsic motivation will become very strong. For example, in my case, I had worked with NSS and Teach for India in my experiences in BITS Pilani and IIM Calcutta, and I had seen the impact of my work in both these segments. And I could fathom that being an administrator, I could effectively solve the issues that I had faced, particularly in the education sector, where I had worked in both these areas. And hence, I was very much clear about my motivation that I want to be an administrator to solve the issues of people, make an impact on the society, and at the same time address as many diverse areas as I could so as to have or leave a better society when I'm gone from this world. So I think my intrinsic motivation was very strong, which eventually resulted me in cracking this examination. The next thing which I'm going to talk about will basically comprise of the extrinsic motivation only, because these will be the sources that you will refer to for taking motivation while you are studying. One of the things is listening to motivational songs and Google quotes. I think I used to do it a lot, because normally after a test, if I used to get low marks or there were many ups and downs in this preparation, I used to listen to these songs and Google these quotes, because ultimately they were the ones which could basically bring in the energy again so that I can do well in the upcoming tests. Similarly, as I've already mentioned, I had a particular hobby of reading biographies and autobiographies of famous personalities. So I used to read them and also watch their speeches, because they could motivate and inspire me to even put my heart further into this preparation and sit for longer hours to achieve my dream. At the same time, if I have to talk about the extrinsic motivation stakeholders, I would really like to thank my parents, my family, friends, and teachers, because I believe that extrinsic motivation by all these people is really important. At this point, I would also like to focus on one thing, that in this preparation, it is very important that your friend circle is limited. You do not have a large friend circle who basically interact or who are working somewhere else, and because of that, you have a feeling that I'm missing out a lot in my life. So, for me, I only had friends, basically 3 to 4 friends outside the people who are preparing for civil services, and they are very close friends of mine who basically stayed in touch with me during these 3 years when I was literally in a black hole, and I really want to thank them for their contribution. At the same time, they were also friends of mine who became friends during the civil services preparation, because they also had the combination of GS and maths optional, and I would also like to thank them for their contributions. Now comes a very important thing, which basically means that you have to stay away from social media to avoid distractions. I think this is a very personal thing, because I believe that social media is something that has penetrated our lives in manners that we cannot even think of. And nowadays, almost everyone is available on social media. But at the same time, I think that social media, at least most of it, can cause distraction in the life of a civil services examination aspirant. It entirely depends on a person if he or she is using the social media for mere entertainment purposes, for refreshing themselves while studying, or they get addicted to it. since I had the fear that I might stretch my time on social media if I get onto it. That's why I decided to stay away from social media to avoid all kinds of distractions. And also at the same time, I think staying on social media can bring a feeling of frustration or deprivation, because you see your friends, family and relatives enjoying anywhere else, and then you kind of think that what am I doing in my life, getting stuck in a room and just studying. So I think it is very important to stay away from social media, but ultimately it is your personal choice whether you want to stay on it or not. And the final thing, which is the most important thing is in this slide, is that it is okay to be demotivated for a while. There will be ups and downs in this preparation. There will be times where you will get very low scores in your tests, where you will cry your heart out, where you will think, what am I doing with my life, why am I even pursuing this? So it is okay to be demotivated. It has happened with me a lot, and I'm telling you from a very personal experience that this happens with every aspirant as well. But the thing is, how do you try to fight back and come back strong? You have to bounce back. That is the only thing. So you have to get up, fight, and come back strong. This is what I have always done, and this is what I will also suggest to you, that please do this as well, because this preparation, nobody in the world can do it by staying motivated for the entire amount of time. And also, nobody in this world can always get very good marks in all the tests and be very happy that I'm going to and confident that I'm going to clear this examination. It is not going to work out like that. You have sometimes the feelings of demotivation also propel you to rise back again, to fight all the odds that have come in your way and come back strong. So it is very important that you stay motivated, and at the same time, please be consistent, motivated, and dedicated towards your preparation, and keep your intrinsic and extrinsic motivation really strong if you want to do well in this examination. With this, I would like to thank Unacademy for allowing me to host this session on time management and staying motivated during civil services examination preparation. I wish all the aspirants very best of luck for their preparation, and I believe that if you can follow my strategies that I have mentioned in this video, you will end up doing well in this examination. Thank you.
Unacademy. Let's crack it.